Let's just connect. Okay. Hi, Jen. How are you?
Hi, very well, thank you.
That's good. Thanks so much for coming on today. And it's a bit exciting because we've spent a bit of time together over the last 5 or 6 weeks. And it's been all about the 5 in 4 weight loss program, which you contacted me about. And it's been wonderful working with you. I've been really enjoying it. And
Thanks.
yeah, no, it's great. And I love working with all my clients because we do get to work, really up close and personal, even though in today's world it is an online. And we can do it online. We started face to face and we've transitioned to online, but the results haven't changed. We've
No.
still had that same connection and it's been fantastic. So today I just wanted to, really find out from you how you found the program, what your results were, and why you came to me, all those kinds of things. So I might just run through a couple of little questions to start with.
Yes.
So firstly, why did you join the 5 in 4 program?
Because I have been struggling with that final 5 kilos for ages for me, since having my second kid, my daughter. She's almost 2 now. So, the first year I sort of let myself off. I was like, no, I've been so busy being mum. I'm not going to worry about my weight, even though I was carrying too much. But then this past kind of, 6, 8 months, I've been like, oh, that weight is just, I don't like it. It's just, I need to move it. And I first heard about it when I came to that Jodie's marketing workshop with Adair and Fiona, and you were there, and we walked outside together. And no, I think you meant someone. I think Jodie mentioned, oh, Suzanne's got a 5 in 4. And then I asked you, what's that? And then you were like, oh, well, I'm doing this and it's going gangbusters. And I was like, oh, that really sounds interesting. And then, I just kept hearing about it. And I thought, excuse my language. I was like, heck, I'm turning 40 this year, like this month actually. And I was like, this is going to be my gift to myself. I want to look the best I can for my 40th. And so that was like the 5 kilos. You just hit the nail on the head with that marketing, because I was like, I want to lose that final 5 kilos. And so, so I'm on the way there. I haven't gotten there, but I am so much closer than I ever have been. And that's all due to your program. So
Thank you, Jen. And so what results did you get? So you've just said you're not quite where you want to be. What other results did you get in terms of, how the program worked for you and what we did together?
But the thing is, I think I wasn't as committed at the very beginning. So, you did teach me everything that that I know, and I'm applying very much more in a strict way now. But at the very beginning, I sort of was like, oh yeah, I've got to watch, how much carb I have, and I've got to watch how much protein, but I wasn't actually measuring it. And it was that day, remember that you were like, I hadn't lost weight. And so you and I just started going, wait a second, what are you actually measuring? And I was like, oh, I'm not measuring. And you were like, no, you need to measure with your hand. And then it turned out that the actual portion of my cereal was like 3 times the amount that I was supposed to be eating. Because I still do my husband and my cereal every morning, and his is like double or triple what I have now.
Wow.
And I just thought that was being healthy. It's oats and, yogurt and fruit and stuff, but it just was way too much. And so, I've learned loads of tips and tricks from you now about portion control, how I have to measure my carb with my protein, with my fat, having the 3 meals a day, not starving myself, because I used to think that was a way to lose weight, was to sort of not have lunch and things. And you were teaching me so much about how your body goes into fight or flight mode if it's stressed. And so, I've just learned so much from you, and now I'm really getting the hang of it. I think I will continue to lose that weight, and I don't need it to be rapid. I don't need it to be in 4 weeks. I just need to know that that I will get to that 70 goal, which I'm 72.1. So I'm almost there. It's
right.
just, so, but now I know exactly, and I'm moving a lot more than I ever have because I'm doing your challenge. So it's all good and it's sustainable. That's what I love about it. It's not some gimmicky milkshake fad or fasting and starving myself. It's just, it's healthy, good eating, but it's just portions and yeah, portions of carbs and proteins and things, and portions size. So
Yeah, perfect. And that's right. It's not about weighing calories or weighing food or anything. It's just about using your hand, because our hands are they're our perfect portion control guide, because we're all different. And
and it does take a little getting used to at the beginning though, because I was like, oh, that just seems so small, and I'd sort of be like a bit hungry, but now I'm just used to it. So now I know that that is what my body needs. And if I am still hungry a couple hours later, I'll just have a couple of spoons of yogurt or whatever you suggested.
Yes, that's right. It's just knowing, and when we exercise more, our body's using more fuel, but it's knowing, more energy. So it's about knowing what kind of food is good for us and eating it all in the right balance. So we know what we can eat to fill up without going for sugars and flours and all those.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I did was I stopped eating flour and sugar. Those, like, not that I was eating sugar, like I didn't have sugar at home, but I would, sometimes indulge in biscuits or cakes and things. So that's all off limits now. And also, I'm married to an Italian, so pasta and carbs was a big part of my diet. So now I do not eat pasta, bread, I don't eat it. Rice crackers, I don't even eat them anymore. But I do indulge once a week in our pizza night. But instead of having a whole pizza, which I used to have, I'd just have 3 pieces. So I still feel like I'm having something, but it's just, that's my treat.
Yeah, that's right. And that's life. Food is meant to be enjoyed, and not to live in a world of restriction. It's just knowing what works for your body and what's good for you. And then it's just a simple choice. And once you do realize how much food is enough for you, and you're eating the right kinds of food, and that, like for instance, Easter, most people will have a bit more to eat over Easter. Or maybe not now that we're isolating, but it's still okay to have chocolate, and it's still okay to have a hot cross bun, because it makes us feel good. And when we feel good, our body actually responds and metabolizes the good food and the feel good stuff. But it's when we overindulge in things that we get a little bit out of balance. So we can always, there'll always be a bit of a blip, but we'll get back to where we want to be.
Exactly.
That you liked most about the program? What was the best part of it?
I loved our timeline therapy, clearing away, going back into my past and clearing away some funky baggage that I was holding on to. It could be confronting or painful or whatever those moments in time, but what I loved was the positive learnings that I was then sort of bringing back into my life. And it really has strengthened me in a time right now where I needed it most, because of the whole COVID and my business startup and all this stuff. So I've really needed that extra boost of confidence in myself, and it's helped. I really believe it's helped that. So thank you for all the timeline therapy stuff.
Yeah, no, I find that that's a very big part of it. And working with our emotions, because our emotions really put a lot of stress onto our body, literally. We go into fight or flight, and our body begins to shut down in certain areas, and certain parts of us just don't work as efficiently, when we are in a state of stress, and particularly our digestive system. So working to remove that old emotional baggage, so it really frees up your mind, and you're not carrying all this old emotion, and it helps in your daily life, as you've said. And many of my clients have said they just feel lighter and more confident, and they can get about the day to day, and particularly in this environment where we are now in COVID-19. My clients have been saying, I don't know how I would have got through this time had I not done your program. Of course, yes, they would have got through. We do it, but
and that reminds me of that reminds me about another thing that you can use in your marketing, Suzanne, because I've found having control, because there's so much out of our control right now, being in control of what I'm eating has actually been a really positive thing. And you know, because I'm so careful with my oats and it's like, yes, I am in control. And the beautiful part is that I'm losing weight. So I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, baby. And that's so it's a win-win-win-win, you know, like
Yes. Yeah, that's right. You're right. We are totally in control, and we've got more time. Most of us have more time for self-care and to look after ourselves. And you know, what I do is about mind and body, and weight loss just comes at the end of it, really. So, you know, we look at very much about the emotions, and you know, there's still the food coaching as well, but at the weight just is a side result of, you know, clearing up and working stuff out that's been, you know, been hanging on upstairs.
Yeah.
So why would you recommend this program to someone who might be on the fence?
It teaches you skills for life. Like this knowledge will never go, you know, this is for the rest of my life now. I'm going to hopefully eat this way. And I really don't want to slip into bad habits again. And I want to stay lean. Like I think that suits me. I like being lean. Don't want to be big. And so for me, that's what I would recommend to people that are finding it hard to shift those last kilos. It's just because you might not have the knowledge or the knowledge about portions or food types and things like that I didn't know myself. Like I honestly didn't know that stuff. So it really does help if that's what you want, if you are committed. And one thing I liked about you, Suzanne, was you were, you got a very serious face one day and you were like, so Jen, you know, is that an excuse? Or I can't remember what the words you used.
Are you at cause or are you at
yeah, and you were very serious. And I was like, oh, Suzanne, I haven't seen that side of you before. But that's good. That's like keeping you in check. It's like the whip. It's like, come on, because otherwise I can be a bit like, oh, well, it didn't work or whatever. But no, it's like, come on, I've paid this money, got to make this work.
That's right. Yeah, you've invested, and if you've invested your time and money, then obviously I'm investing my time to get the result that you want. So what was life like before you did the program? Like how was your day? How were you feeling?
Well, I was trying to lose weight, but I was doing the wrong stuff. I was fasting during the day, so I just wasn't having lunch. And I was losing weight a bit, but it was kind of a weird way to be doing it. It wasn't sustainable. And yeah, when I told you about it and you were like, but your body will be, you know, stressing out and thinking that it's going to not get it fed, and so it will start holding on to the weight. And then I was like, what am I doing? So so it's all good learning for me. So before I was feeling frustrated that I didn't have a system, that I didn't really know why I wasn't losing weight, and yeah, I was just in the dark. And now I feel a lot more clear about what I do, and yeah, I feel a lot more empowered for my own weight loss journey.
Yeah, good. Okay. And just one more thing, what surprised you the most or made you the happiest about the program? What was it that was something that, you know, you hadn't expected?
I think just that what surprised me is that I'm not hungry. I'm not starving myself. Like I am still eating my food every day, and I'm eating really well. And I am losing weight. So that's what I'm just loving. For me, that's just like this, it's that knowledge of the food, what food and how much of it and blah, blah, blah. That's just been that's what I was missing my whole life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. And one more thing. Do you have anything else that you would like to add, or anything that you'd like to tell anyone about the program? Or, you know, just any other comment before we finish off?
I think it's trust the process. Like, you know, you've got a whole heap of different tools in your tool belt, and it's so valuable to learn that stuff from you, because yeah, you've done so many different things yourself. You've been on your own health journey. So trusting you that you're the expert, and trust that it will work. That's the other thing, like trust that it will work. Because I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning. I was like, I wonder if this is going to work, what's she going to do to me? But yeah, now that I can really see the results speak for themselves, and even though it wasn't rapid, that doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter that I didn't lose the whole amount in that time. The fact is, I'm doing it at my own pace, but it is happening. I am seeing the numbers going down on the scales, and that for me is just like awesome. So I am going to turn 40 in like 3 weeks or something, and I'm so close to my goal. So I'm just really stoked about that. So thank you to you, Suzanne, because
Thank you.
it's just been brilliant. Yeah, you're a very kind, nurturing person, and I will always hear that voice in my head going, so Jen, that so reassuring and comforting when we're in the timeline therapy about, just I felt safe in the moment, and that you really wanted the best for me. And that's very, beautiful. And it's created a bond between us that I hope will continue. And
yes, absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. As I said, it was such a pleasure to work with you. And, I loved hearing all the insights into, the things that you were working through, and, the aha moments. And it was just, it's pretty cool. And
yeah.
it's always a fantastic experience for me as well, for me and for my clients. So thank you once
Okay.
again, Jen. And
You're welcome.
I will finish it off there, and you have an amazing day.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.